Hi, good morning everybody, namaskara. Delighted to be here and thanks to our friends at AIM for inviting me to share some thoughts on what I call as Jan AI. I believe that what India needs is not just more of Gen AI, but we need Jan AI. Having been a technology and an entrepreneur, technology entrepreneur the last 25 years, I've seen the horrors of trickle down going into our rural masses, right? Why should an internet or a metaverse or AI first work in Koramangala rather than Koppal, right? And that thought has been on my mind ever since I've seen various cycles of technology. And when AI came up, I said, let's change it this time around and truly make it Jan and make it, and my other definition of AI is making it all-inclusive, right? So how do we make that happen? The next 15 minutes, I will put some early thoughts on what we're attempting to do through the foundation that I founded actually 18 years to the date in 2007, called the Head Held High Foundation, where we literally have figured out a secret sauce of taking zero-educated, illiterate village youth, and in 6 months, we're able to transform them to be English-speaking, digitally literate knowledge professionals. Now I'm trying to figure out how do you really bring AI to power that up so that we can truly leverage our demographic dividend for the Viksit Bharat that we're all dreaming about. So what I will the first visual that I want you to show is, I think as Gandhiji said famously that when you design something, Antyodaya and Sarvodaya must be on your minds, that how does it serve everybody and how does it serve the last man standing in the line, right? So I want you to imagine AI not with some, not in some glitzy, skyscraper in Bangalore. But if you look at each of those images and ask yourself the question, how can I put 1,000 rupees more in their pockets every month, if not every day, by leveraging this power of tech? And my thinking is that if we're unable to do that, the tech is useless, right? For India, we need this. So it's just not making AI in India. I think this is also about making AI for India, work for India, right? So we began about 6 months ago with this initiative. We tried to understand, we started by taking AI literacy and just taking phones and talking about AI in about 100-odd villages across North Karnataka, Kalburgi, Raichur, Koppal, Dharwad. We sent students from IIIT Dharwad to do use cases on each of the lives of these people to say, tell me where AI can make a difference, right? And I want to show you a few videos, a few quick-minute ones of rural youth, rural folks who usually are nameless, faceless, and voiceless. I just want to bring their voices here. If you can play the video.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ರಾಗಿಣಿ. ನಾನು ರಾಯಚೂರು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಯಿಂದ AIdeal ಫೌಂಡೇಶನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ನ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎ ಐ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ಗಳಾಗಿರಲಿ, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ರೋಚೆಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಗಳಾಗಿರಲಿ, ನನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ AI ಮೂಲಕ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚಾಟ್ GPT ಮೂಲಕ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗುರಿ ಈ AI ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಹ್ಯಾಶ್ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಚಾಟ್ GPT ಮೂಲಕ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ತುಂಬ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ನಾನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮಾಹಿತಿನೂ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗುರಿ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. Thank you.
Yeah, can we have the next one, please? So she is talking about how she can use AI to help her sell more online. If you can play the next one. Okay, go ahead, please.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ಗುಡ್ಲಿಂಗಪ್ಪ.
We are unable to get the face, but at least the voice will work. Yeah.
ಧರ್ಮಾಪುರ ತಾಲೂಕು, ಧರ್ಮಾಪುರ ಗ್ರಾಮದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ರೈತ ನಾನು. AI ಅಂದರೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಾವು ಈ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಮತ್ತು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅನುಕೂಲವಾಗತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಪನ್ನು ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಚಾಟ್ GPT ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ರೈತರು ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಬೆಳೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೋಗ ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ನಾವು ಔಷಧಿಯನ್ನು ಸಿಂಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ಥರದ ನಾವು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂದ ಬೆಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತೋ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನಾನು ಗುರುಲಿಂಗಪ್ಪ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ.
Thank you. Can we play the next one? Again, a farmer who says, I've discovered how to use, he was actually doing disease identification through this app that he calls ChatGPT. Right? If you can use the next one.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಶಾಲಿನಿ. ನಾನು ರಾಯಚೂರಿಂದ ಬಂದೀನಿ. ಆರ್ಟಿಸನ್ ಆಗಿ ರಾಯಚೂರಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹೆಡ್ಡೆಡ್ ಐಗಳಿಂದ AI ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನನ್ನ ಕಲೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಕಲೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ AI ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಂಬ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ರಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡುವುದೆಂದು ಮುಂದುವರ್ಸಕತ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಶಾಲಿನಿ. ನಾನು ರಾಯಚೂರಿಂದ ಬಂದೀನಿ. ಆರ್ಟಿಸನ್ ಆಗಿ.
Just soak in the voices so that you can understand what they are thinking.
मेरा नाम शाहजहां बेगम, धर्मापुर मेरा गांव, गुलबर्गा ज़िला. मैं एक फार्मर हूं और मैं ये तरबियत लिए जब से मेरे को इतना मालूम हुआ ये फसल को कौन सा फसल को क्या तेल मारना, इसको क्या डालना बल्कि नहीं मालूम होता था. जो भी लाश होता सो भी डालते थे और अच्छा होता सो भी डालते थे, कुछ समझ में नहीं आता था. अब वो कुछ नहीं, फ़ोन लेके फसल को पकड़े तो इसे क्या लगता है वो बताता है, हम वही यूज़ कर रहे हैं. हमारे को लाश होने से बचा रहा है, हमको सब कुछ अच्छा दिखा रहा है. ये एक ही फसल के बारे में बोल के नहीं, हमारे को हर इसमें हर माहिती में हमारे को सुबह से लेके शाम तक हर हम कौन सा भी ये करते तो हम पूछे तो वो सब बता रहा है हमारे को. ये ऐप से और ये माहिती हमारे को सिखाए से हम बहुत फार्मर बहुत होशियार हुए. आज हम ही नहीं हमारे गाँव में आके भी ये बताए उससे पूरे रैतर भी ये यूज़ कर रहे हैं. सब बहुत खुश हुए हमारे रैतर.
Thank you. And the last one, we actually started training some girls from ITIs in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh to become trainers on AI. And you could see one of them, this we do it with UN Women, and you could see one of them taking a training program for other students on AI.
जरूरी हो गया है. तो आज मैं AI के बारे में कुछ आपको AI के यूजेस कहाँ होते हैं आपके सामने प्रेजेंट करूंगी. पहले तो AI के टूल्स आप मतलब कोई बता सकते हैं कि AI के टूल्स कितने प्रकार के हैं? ओके कोई नहीं. जैसे चैट जीपीटी सभी लोग यूज करते हैं. आज के जमाने में तो चैट जीपीटी सभी यूज करते हैं. जेमिनी, चैट जीपीटी और जेमिनी में अंतर क्या है?
Okay, so you get the idea. In the interest of time, we can move ahead.
इसमें
We can get back to the slides, please.
हमें सबसे अच्छा रिजल्ट.
So just wanted to give you a glimpse of a basic 2-week training program or an orientation where we worked with the communities. Look at what difference it's already starting to make. So I think we have a massive force of good in our hands. It's up to us to shape on how do we leverage it for farmers to move them from traditional methods to a trusted advisor. And the word here is trusted because a lot of people in rural have been scammed by technology. So they say, listen, I'm scared because if I use it, will I lose my money, right? So what we need to figure out is it trusted and does it solve today's problem? Can we go with confidence and say this, if you do ABC, it will put 1,000 rupees more in your pocket? Can we say that with confidence is the question that we need to ask. How do we move from women from just social media to financial independence, right? We worked with a lot of SHG groups. You heard Shalini, you heard Ragini talking about how they are now leveraging this tool, sitting from their homes to sell better, to create more designs, etc. And of course, how do we use youth to move from just awareness to career opportunity? In India, we need jobs. We need AI to create more jobs in the long run. We know that there'll be pain in the short run, but as a collective, can we put our might together to say, how does it benefit people and how can it create more jobs? I think this was the insights that we got from the field research that our students went in on the ground. Gandhi Jayanti is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I want us to reflect on this question. Is this the new digital charka, right? Can we make AI a force for good where villages can take that power to develop their villages into resilient villages, into abundant villages, right? I think we have an opportunity to do that again in a very determined fashion. If we do that, we have that opportunity, else we'll squander that and AI will become a horse which we can't control, right? It is the right time that we are here. And my suggestion to this wonderful community here is, let us all work together to figure out how we can make this work. We've actually created some initial frameworks. To do this, we have started off what we call as a Jan AI mission. 4 elements to that: create awareness in learning, enable, as we said, rural communities to explore this tool, drive rural innovation. Students, just to give an example, one of the largest universities here, 110,000 engineering students in the final year, barely 20% of them get internships. Can we, and we are attempting to do this with VTU, can we send 50,000 youth to 5,000 villages to work on 10 use cases for the village? And can they solve it to say, how do I solve it using AI? Even if we get 5% of them as great ideas, we can change the landscape of solutioning, right? How do we drive innovation? The third is interesting. If you remember, a lot of us with less hair, telecom got democratized through PCOs. It created a lot of entrepreneurs. Internet got democratized through internet cafes. Created a lot of entrepreneurs. Mobile got democratized through mom and pop mobile repair stores, right? Where you just walked in, bought a phone, and that became a center. So the question I'm asking is, how can Jan AI or AI get democratized? Can it happen through entrepreneurs, right? Can we visualize maybe a Jan AI center, a Kendra in every village, where youth can act as trusted advisors to the village, providing solutions to the village which are very specific to them? So can it be cotton in Dharwad? Can it be Turdal in Kalburgi, right? Examples like that. And lastly, how do you provide communities to own that impact, own the data and leverage that data for their own good, is the fourth element of the mission. We've started some designs around skills, enablement in daily life, mapping user journeys, creating curated solutions, and of course, creating more entrepreneurs. We've started layering these solutions. We partnered with Google.org and ADB along with AVPN to run rural training programs. That's the videos that you saw. We've already trained about 1,500 people in Kalyan Karnataka region on basic AI tools with a 30-hour program that we're using in rural communities to train folks, just to create that awareness and the buzz. We've also partnered with the School of AI, Adda Education, to kind of create engaging YouTube content. Can it be 2-minute or 30-second bite-sized content that you can talk about use cases of AI? We are working with various solution providers. These are the themes that we are looking at, right? Education, agriculture, financial independence, healthcare, rural commerce. How do we create use cases for each of these? And we want to leverage the power of youth. The last few months, we've been working with RDPR University and IIIT Dharwad to kind of use their students as innovators, creating a rural AI innovation lab in these institutions. And I was talking about the rural internship program that we've launched with VTU, along with the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor. How do you get more people to start thinking about rural use cases and creating solutions there? Some work is on this front. And the entrepreneurship programs, we are partnering with the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission to say, in Karnataka, can we create 1,000 entrepreneurs in the next 1 year with a clear business model where we can tell an entrepreneur, if you're an AI entrepreneur for your village, here is a model by which you can earn 15,000 rupees a month, right? And be of service to the community. We've just trained our first cohort of 15 entrepreneurs in Kalburgi and building the business model out now for them. I envision an ideal village, and I will say it as ideal, AIDEAL, an AIdeal village, that if you can create 5 layers, one, if you take a population of 10,000 pop in a village, can you say that at least 7,000 of them are aware of AI? 5,000 of them know how to protect themselves first against abuse from AI. Forget about use, they have to save what they have, right? Third layer, can we say there are 10 use cases running in that village which is generating some incomes for the village? Fourth, can we say that there is an AI entrepreneurial community that is there, that is actively acting as a trusted network to the community to take these solutions to that community? And lastly, is there a digital AI cooperative that we can create at the village level, where the village can leverage the power of its own data and the digital footprint that it has to generate more revenues for the village, right? How do we bring that into play is the last question. So we are trying to create this as a concept village, and happy to brainstorm, look forward to tapping into the wonderful minds here to figure out how we can make this happen. We've begun in 3 districts across India to kind of seed this idea with the district administration. We're also starting to work with various partners to create use cases. for rural commerce, MSMEs, last mile logistics, so on and so forth. We are starting to work with folks like Ramesh Raskar and team to figure out how do you really conceptualize agentic AIs to work at a village level where maybe every farmer can have an AI, an agent, and every women SHG member can have an agent, so on and so forth. And the vision really is maybe in 3 years, can we say together that we think that we have leveraged this tool in a powerful way to be able to create maybe 10,000 AI first villages, 100,000 AI entrepreneurs? Can we create a virtual or a physical play store with 1,000 solutions that have been proven, tested to put money in the hands of our rural brethren? And lastly, can we create youth? Our education system, can we direct them to go solve for these problems in the myriad 700,000 odd villages that we have? Then I think we can truly say that we have made AI work for the country. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you to make this a reality. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity to share these thoughts on this day. And I was just thinking that maybe we need to figure this out. So the next year edition of Cypher must be called Decipher than Cypher. So let's all decipher this together. Thank you.